Big welcome everyone to today's live class. Hope as many of you as possible can join in, and what I'd love you to do, again it's just to get the algorithm going, is comment underneath and let us know where you're watching from and let me know what the weather is like. I have to say it hasn't been a great summer so far at all, but you listen, we'll appreciate every little bit of sunshine that we get. So last week, or was the week before, I'm still getting messages about it, the armature for the hand-tied bouquets that we did, must be about 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. I did one using peonies and I did one using hydrangeas. And lots of people are still messaging me and saying, how do you make the armature? I have that video uploaded to our YouTube channel. So just go over to YouTube, search Case Flower School. It's one of the first ones near the top, maybe the second or third one from the top now at this stage. And literally in live time, step by step, you'll see exactly how I made it.
And if you can't find it, just comment underneath the link to the armature and we'll put it in the comments for you.
Yeah. So just put link to the armature or link to the wire frame if you can't spell armature, and we'll respond to you later on. The other thing is, last week I made a bit of a booby-doob on the knives because I actually thought they were 10 euros a packet, but they were 15 euros a packet. But still, Deirdre actually gave a discount of 5 euros and lots of you availed of it, okay? So we have extended that discount code. So all you have to do is when you're buying the knives, put the code KNIFE, K-N-I-F-E, and you'll get the 5 euros off. So you'll get basically 5 flowers knives for 10 euros plus the postage. So that's really all the news on them, isn't it? So flower arranging wise, tonight's class. This is a little basket. I think I got this up in Evergreen Silk Plants there a couple of weeks ago, and he has them in different colours and he has different shapes. And the great thing is they're plastic lined, you know, there's plastic on the inside so they hold water. And because of the design of the container, the bag or the basket, whatever way you want to call it, it won't take an awful lot of material. So if you bought something like this, or you have been onto Evergreen and you want to buy it, like, you'll know that you need very little flowers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use about 2/3 of a block of floral foam, and I'm going to sit it down into the basket. There we go. And it's barely coming up, you see, over the top. You can trim the top. I'm not even going to bother because there's not much there. But what I'm then going to do is secure it in with a wire. Now, you've seen me doing loads of these, okay? Now, these are 22 gauge wires that I have here in my hand, but one 20 gauge wire would have done the same job. So if you either have two 22s, place them side by side, or one single 20, because by the way, two 22s is equal to one 20 gauge wire. And I'm covering them in the gusset tape, okay? So the stretch and roll, stretch and roll. Now again, over on our YouTube channel, under Case Flower School, I have a full tutorial showing you how to do that gusset taping, because I'm obviously after doing it pretty fast. Now what you then do is you stick the wire through the plastic that's inside the bag, and it comes out through the other side, and you see the way I'm just kind of like twisting around itself there to secure, and you'll hardly notice it because it'll blend in with the colour of the moss that's on the basket. And then I'm going to do similar on the opposite side. Now I find to get it tight, sometimes what I do is I kind of squeeze the basket with my chest there, you know, the way, just while I'm wrapping the wire around, and then kind of release it again, and it just keeps the wire nice and firm, nice and tight across the block of foam. So just in case your mad auntie picks up the bag and starts shaking it, at least then the material or the block of floral foam won't fall out the inside. These are wired to the handles. You see the way you're able to maneuver them. So again, it's up to you as you're placing in the material. You might kind of like make it a bit wider or make it a little bit skinnier. So as I said, it's going to take very little material. So these are just a few little bits of foliage I just swiped from the garden coming out this morning. Little bit of rosemary. So again, just cutting it short. I love the rosemary because the scent of it is just fantastic. Little bits of silver Sussex or silver Jubilee. Again, this one has the flower on it, so I'm just randomly placing them into the basket. Another little bit of silver Sussex here, so we'll just go over the opposite side. A little bit of lavender. This is actually on my neighbour's garden, okay, so but I have permission. She said I can take it any time. And this dries out great. It's beautiful in your door wreaths as well. So if your neighbour, or just, I'll put a rare code in the comments below there and you can just call into it yourself. So as you can see, it's just really randomly a selection. That's the Silver Jubilee when the flower on it starts to dry out and it kind of goes that pearly colour, which is absolutely beautiful as well. So like so far in that arrangement, there's no flowers. It's just greenery. It's greenery out of the garden, so it's cost me absolutely nothing, and it doesn't look bad at all, does it, for something that has cost us free, because the basket itself is so nice. Now remember, if you're buying anything from Evergreen Silk Plants, and he sells the floral foam, the gutter tape, the wires, dry oasis, silk flowers, dried flowers, he sells everything but fresh flowers, okay? Make sure you use the discount code KAYSFS for Kay's Flower School. Somebody put it in the comments there. And if you use that, you get a 10% discount, which is a massive saving off your materials. He will ship the materials all over Ireland and also all over the UK. We also have O'Neill's Flowers up in Carlingford, and they also sell a lot of the items that I'm using. They do sell bunches of greenery, by the way. And again, if you use the same discount code KAYSFS, now they're a bit mingy. They only give 5%, don't they? But we won't say anything. Isn't 5% better than nothing? So again, you can get 5% discount.
And also for anybody in Dublin, we have
wholesale
flowers. Yes, and they've the same code.
And they same discount code, and I think it's 10%, and they sell fresh flowers as well.
Yeah.
Now these are hydrangeas out of my own garden, and you're going to see me using these literally right up to September. And when September comes, I'll actually start doing the door wreaths using the hydrangeas, because they'll be really hardy at that stage, and they dry out and they keep their colour. It's a little bit too early yet. Don't start doing your hydrangea door wreaths yet. It's miles too early. So at the moment, because mine is just coming into flower, I'm so lucky I get a lot of kind of like smaller, medium heads, you know, rather than them big heads. But later on in the year, I'm going to be looking for them big heads. Now again, you could just be going past your neighbours, Jerry, and one of them could just fall into your own handbag.
Yeah.
It could be just hanging off.
Yeah.
You actually will be saving it. So there you go, just stuck down into the basket. Sure, how easy is that? And sure, the arrangement is nearly finished at this stage. Also, let me see, we've got a peony. We were doing peony wedding bouquets there during the week, and there is a fabulous peony, okay? It is full blown. It's absolutely beautiful, and the scent of it, and I'm just going to stick that peony in there. But if you had another hydrangea, you could stick the hydrangea in instead of the peony. Now, do you see how easy this is?
Or a garden rose.
Garden rose, yeah.
Yeah.
Your neighbours have garden roses.
They do.
Deirdre, yeah. Do you know what? Up to Walkinstown, air code is in the comments. So what I have here now are beautiful Germanies, okay? The colours and the shades of these are fabulous. So I'm going to bring one out the handle on this side, and I might bring one out the handle on this side.
I've actually never tried to grow Germanies, but Lidl actually have them in at the moment.
The Germany plants.
Germany plants, yeah.
You could swipe the Germany off them. And
Jesus, no, you couldn't do that.
No, buy the plant. We're not that bad. Will you stop it, Deirdre? We're not that bad. Buy the plant, okay? Scan it. Get your rewards cards, the whole lot. But no, take the Germanies off the plant to get plant in your garden.
Yeah, I do that with hydrangeas.
I know hydrangeas will come back. I don't know about the Germany
I don't know.
Yeah. Any horticulturists watching there in the audience, let us know. If we planted a Germany plant outside, after taking the flowers off it this year, would it come back next year? Let us know, give us more information on it. Okay, another flower is the Alstomary. Like, I love Alstomary. They're such a long-lasting flower. And most of the supermarkets sell Alstomary. And you can see, again, I'm just randomly adding them into the container, into our basket. No particular pattern, no particular system. So I know, like, a lot of our students watching is going to say, what about the number one? What about it? Do you know what I mean? This is just a casual flower arrangement, but it's going to look absolutely lovely.
Rachel says this is such a great idea if you get a mixed bunch.
I've only one Veronica, stick it down into it. Yeah, Rachel, absolutely perfect design for if you just have a mixed bunch and you just want to, you know what I mean, you only have one rose or you only have one of something else. It's an ideal one. Or again, along with a couple of flowers that's out of your own garden. Or again, you know the way people get a bunch of flowers, you know, and I often look at bouquets of flowers that people get, and you know what, they can be a bit miserable looking, but if they actually cut them down and then added something extra into them, do you know, that way, and put it into a container, the difference, you know what I mean, I always think of flower.
And you know what I see? I just see recently it was Blessings to the Graves, and people were bringing bunches of flowers to the graves, and I was sort of like, God, they get so much nicer to stick them into a bit of oasis,
and it's much better value. They last longer. Like, the flowers last longer. So again, they were just a little cheap rose. That was a supermarket bunch of roses. I think they were, when we got them in Lidl, was it $5.99?
Yeah,
I can't even remember how much they were. It was very reasonably priced anyway. So I just need another small head. So I'm just going to get another little hydrangea head there. Where did I see that little kind of spot there? I'm sticking that one in over this side, and no, I think I'll go on to the wax flare now. So now I'm going on to a little bit of wax flare. So this is just a filler. This will be something that normally the supermarkets don't really sell wax flare, but if you're able to get Jip or Solidaster or Solidago, or do you know what, another bit of greenery, you know, another bit of the lavender, anything like that, you know what I mean, just as a filler. I always kind of feel, to see even the greenery on it, like I think the greenery on it is lovely. And again, I'm just like letting the little flare head just kind of like bounce over our head, over the rest of the flares. Like this will be a very informal flower arrangement, but again, it's a very on-trend flower arrangement at the moment, you know, where there's no set system, there's no set pattern. It's a bit like anything goes, or as I just say, feck the flowers in any old way and just hope for the best, you know. But you do sometimes find if you have a little bit of a guideline behind you, it does actually help you with these designs.
Annabelle said, she saw us introducing the new course, the introduction to course, and could we tell her a little bit about it?
Yeah, so we talked about that last week, so that's going to be starting very, very soon, right? So the thing is, like, we get people say, like, they're inquiring about the classes, and our module 1 is flower arranging. Module 2 is funeral work and hand-tied bouquets. Module 3 is wedding floristry. Module 4 is hotel and event decoration. And then you get somebody saying, well, I want to do a little bit of everything. I don't want to specialise. I'm doing this for myself. I'm doing it as a hobby. Or maybe I just want to try it out, but I don't know, do I want to do weddings? Do I want to do funerals? Whatever it might be. So what we're launching very soon, it'll actually be about in a week or so, is going to be the introduction course. And it is going to cover, it's a 3-week course, okay? But you'll have access to the classes for, 3 months, is it? I think
it's 3 months,
3 months access to it. But the actual course itself is a 3-week course that you can do at your own pace. And we cover flower arranging. We cover a little bit of bridal floristry. We cover a little bit of symphony floristry and a little bit of presentation of like bouquets of flowers, bunches of flowers, etc. So as I said, it's just giving you a little bit of a taste of everything, and then you can decide if you want to go and specialise in flower arranging, in bouquets of flowers, in wedding floristry, or whatever it might be. Now the advantage of this course is that you will be made a member of the Bloom Room. So the Bloom Room is like the virtual interactive classroom. It's basically a private Facebook group, and the only people in the Bloom Room will be other people that are on this programme with you. So it means you get to know other people on the courses. I'm just putting up little bits of twigs. I'm just going to add a little bit of twigs in and out through the arrangement. But twice a week I'll have the little chats with you, so it kind of keeps you involved. But you will have one-to-one access to me through WhatsApp. So any help that you need, any problems that arise, any feedback that you need on your designs. Now just to make it clear, there is no flowers and materials sent out with this course, but that's why it's obviously a lot less expensive than any of the professional courses where we do send out all your materials. But everything else is exactly the same. The Bloom Room, the WhatsApp, the access to the tutorials, etc. So if anybody is interested in that, is that discount code still going, Deirdre?
I'm not sure. They'll have to drop
Put
an email.
cheeky code in the comments below, okay? Put cheeky code in the comments below, and Deirdre can send you the link to the course and obviously the link to the cheeky discount code. So we always have to have a cheeky discount code for our followers. And again, if you have any questions, just drop us an email, or if you want the link sent out to you, info@caseflowerschool.com, and we get all that information out to you.
Rita said, she's always wanted to do our courses, but she doesn't want to train professionally. She's heard so much about the Bloom Room. She says that this is ideal for her, that it's just a taster, and she said she'll get into a Bloom Room.
And that's it. You see, everybody was saying, what about the Bloom Room? What about the WhatsApp? What if we have problems? What if we have questions? And that is the advantage of the professional courses. And as much as we try to get the word across about how the courses work, you know what I mean? I just kind of find that by giving people, I suppose, a little taster, a little sample, do you know what I mean? A sample of what it would be like, you know what I mean? And then maybe as might then book onto the module 1, etc. I'm just recessing this hydrangea just down low, just kind of feel it needs something down there. So I think that's a gorgeous
Gorgeous,
little basket. If
yeah.
I say so myself,
Yeah.
I think it's a gorgeous little basket, and you would get away with a lot less material in it. You don't have to put it all that I had. But as I said, I was just using up material that was lying around. We had a project on there during the week, so it's just a way of using up any of the flowers that are lying around. Now, I do hear that Graw Cut Flowers has lots more flowers ready to be picked, ready to be sold this week. So remember, we done a visit out to her flower farm in North County Dublin there about 4 weeks ago. Again, you'll see all the information if you go back down through the old Facebook posts, and you'll find her on Instagram. She's not on Facebook. Don't know why she's not on Facebook. She's only on Instagram. So Graw Cut Flowers, make sure you pop over there. The Florist of the Year award is absolutely flying at the moment. The nominations is closed now, obviously, but what's the date for the winners? The winner?
24th of July.
So 24th of July, and what we're going to do is we're going to set up an event for it, okay? So you can either join in, or you can join in to the event dressed in your jammies, and you can leave your camera off. You can leave your camera on if you want to, or you can get all dressed up and put your makeup on and get your hair blow dried and have a glass of wine and a bit of lipstick. But the thing is, we are going to make it as a kind of a Zoom, is it, Deirdre, or whatever?
Well, it'll be live streamed.
Live streamed, okay? That people can join in for the awards ceremony, and you can either have a tin of beans and beans on toast, or you can have caviar on crackers, whatever you want to do at home. But listen, it will be enjoyable evening. We'll announce all the winners, we'll announce all the amazing prizes. Like, we're just overwhelmed by the support from the suppliers and the generosity of the suppliers, both in Ireland, the UK, America, and even Smithers Oasis all over the world, you know.
Yeah.
So fair play to them. We really appreciate the support. So again, if you're interested in joining the event, put the word event in the comments, and then when Sinead is doing nothing, she'll go back then and she can reply to you all and give you the link to join the event for the, give us the date again.
24th of July.
24th of July.
Florist of the Year.
Florist of the Year.
Yeah, and I think that evening we will be having a drink. We will be dressed up. We'll have a little Q&A session, and then we'll go through all our winners.
Okay, again, if anybody has any questions about any of our courses coming up soon, drop us an email, info@caseflowerschool.com.